let's talk about this. Why shame makes it worse. Okay, as I just mentioned, not only would I, quote, fail myself because I would set up these ridiculous rules that were all about perfection and white knuckling it, then I'd break them. But what would happen is the slip would happen. More often than not, I would slip. I would shame myself. I would really berate myself with a lot of negative self-talk, like, get it together, Jen. I mean, what is your problem? Like, are you that undisciplined? Do you have zero self-control? I can't believe a drink is controlling you that much. Just like I would really be hard on myself, self-attack. And then I would repeat it because shame keeps us stuck. The loop. I would drink oftentimes more after I broke my promise because of the shame. I would literally drink to subdue the amount of shame I felt from drinking. Has anyone ever done that? Have you ever taken a break from drinking and celebrated with a drink? You know what I mean? And has anyone ever had a promise to not drink, had an intention to not drink anyway, brought so much shame? You're like, well, I have screwed it up. I'm going to double down now because who cares? I obviously can't do this. And so that's why oftentimes a slip can become a slide. I used to take all these breaks and I would just be like, I can do this. And I was usually counting down to when I could drink again because I was just trying to prove to myself that I didn't have that big of a problem. So I could do that. I could take a 10-day break, could do a juice cleanse, all the things. And then I would celebrate with drinking. Or I would say, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to drink. And all my brain heard throughout the day was drink, drink, drink. Not, I'm not going to drink. It just heard drink. Our brain doesn't even understand the double negative of I am not. And then what it is you don't want to do. If you're repeatedly saying that to yourself, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to drink, I'm not going to drink. Your brain is like, drink, 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 drink. And when you're trying to not drink, don't you notice all the drinks around you and other people drinking and it's just in your face? When I started changing my relationship with alcohol, I started with changing my thinking about alcohol because you can't rebuild trust with yourself while you're tearing yourself down. It is almost next to impossible to make positive, transformative changes in your own life when you're beating yourself up. So I started just giving myself a lot more grace and a lot more compassion. Just the fact that I was willing to be honest with myself and go, you know what? I am not going to drink tonight, and here's what I'm going to do. And if I do drink tonight, I am not going to beat myself up. In fact, if I have one, it doesn't mean I'm going to have three because I already had one. You can course correct. I talk a lot about this in AFL, the alcohol-free lifestyle course. It's a pillar of building an alcohol-free lifestyle. It's not about how to stay perfect. It's about how to course correct. And so I started doing that and I started going, you know what? Shaming myself, that's not getting me anywhere good at all. I have got to be kind to myself and recognize progress. I've got to recognize every small win. There is no win too small. So I started just making wins, honestly. And that's my third point. I really started rebuilding trust with myself by creating new wins, even outside of the alcohol department, if you will. I just needed to know I could win at anything. I felt like such a loser. Let's be honest. I was like, man, I can't do anything. I really was so down on myself. By age 45, I was like, you're a joke, Jen. You can't work out. You can't stop drinking. You can't. You're overweight. You're playing small in your own life. No one cares what you have to say. I mean, I was so down on myself internally because I'd broken so much trust with myself. So I knew that changing my relationship with alcohol was going to be a lead domino. It was going to start knocking some things down. And I knew if I could change my relationship with drinking, it would change everything. I just didn't know how. And again, I learned how. That's why I'm teaching you in the 21-day reset. But one thing I learned is it is about consistency over intensity. Okay, because I would come out of the gate like, man, this is going to be like 100-meter dash. I'm going to run hard and I'm going to give it all I got. And that's unsustainable. You would run a race like a marathon if you were trying to make transformation. If you were trying to change your life for the long haul, not like a burst, because I could make changes in like a burst, but I could never sustain them. I mean, this is what we do. We help you walk through daily opportunities to rebuild trust with yourself. Listen, Rome wasn't built in a day, and you can't change your life overnight, but you can today, right now, begin to make small steps and create small wins for yourself that add up to big transformation and big rebuilding of trust in and with yourself. And that's really important. So if you've not taken a 21-day reset challenge, join us, sign up. Let's go. Let's do this together. And I appreciate y'all being here. And I do hope that you're very encouraged and empowered. Y'all have a good one.